All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, B'chak Kodash.
Double honor to our elder apostles, that great millstone who rule well. Seeking honor, salutation to all your sisters and brothers. Peace and blessings to the 1/3, and also peace and blessings to the confusion of faces in the four corners of the earth. Shalom, peace and blessings be unto you all.
That's right.
Okay. As you already know, matter of fact, hold that. That Isaiah 26:10. Let's get that Job 9 and 24. Let's open up with that. All right. Because as you can see by the title, as we live here in America, also spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt, and the mystery of Babylon, the virgin daughter of Babylon, there are a lot of things in this society that's contrary to the scriptures, because we have to understand that we're not being ruled by a righteous individual or by a righteous nation. We're being ruled by a wicked nation known as Esau, Edom. And they try to enforce and apply all of these things upon us, because what it does, it hinders us from getting closer to the Most High. Because the Bible, okay, the words of Yahweh Shem Shai, the law, and all of the wisdom, that's what makes us nearer to Him. Because what the scripture says, it tells you when, what is that, Wisdom of Solomon, the 7th chapter, I think the 28th verse, it says, the Lord God loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. So once you've been deprived of that wisdom, or deprived of your heritage, or deprived of who you are as a nationality, going back to you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're going to indulge in any other thing that's presented before you. All right. So now, without further ado, the brother gonna open up with his precept.
Okay. This is the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Okay.
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
The earth is given to the hands of the wicked. So if it's like this, if you have a vehicle and you give your car to somebody you know that has a heavy foot, run lights, does not obey the law, by the time you get your car back, your car will be in shambles. But what about somebody who obeys the law, someone who turns their blinkers on, someone who slows down and that goes the speed limit? You get your car back in one piece. All right, maybe even vacuum and wash. That's the difference between Esau ruling the world right now. Because the world is in shambles. The world has been destroyed. Okay? Because they don't keep the ordinances or the laws of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. But the reason why they are ruling right now, because we didn't keep the laws of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Because the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Bible is only getting to the nation of Israel. You so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. But the reason why I mentioned them, because as you rule in the world, what mandates or what mandates and what controls and operates the world? Well, we know the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, but the law even tells you how to control the people and how to control the land and the cattle itself. So if you're not abiding by these laws, you're going to operate the world in a way that's not fit for it to operate. And that's where wickedness comes in at. Because it's contrary to how, it's like having a manual for a new car. Alright? Or a manual for a new phone or a new TV. If you don't read the manual, you're not going to get the proper instruction on how to operate that device. Same thing with the world. Okay, so the earth be given to the hands of the wicked, and they cover the faces of the judges thereof, which would be who? The Israelites, you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. They perceive that the Israelites look like them. Okay? So go ahead up.
I got you. You speak on this, bro. Sirach 10 and 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered.
It says the government of a prudent man is well ordered, and it says a wise judge will instruct his people. Where is wisdom? Wisdom is here in the scriptures. Knowledge is here in the scriptures. Esau wanted to go by his own wisdom. That's why the scripture says, it talks about him that is wise in his own eyes. That's not right. Even the scripture tells you that wickedness is not wisdom. So here it is. We live in this society. Read it one more time.
Kind. Sirach chapter 10 verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people.
So we haven't, let's just say DJ Trump, instructing the people. Here it is. Fight them. Beat them up. We'll bail you out. Oh, you can grab women by the pussies. Oh, we're gonna drop tariffs on you. Oh, the mayor of France or England or whatever, they're belligerent. They're foolish. They're sottish. This is your king. This is your pharaoh. This is your upper echelon, your superiority. And look at how he's guiding the people. Yeah. Like a child, like an infant. That's not wise. That's not proper wisdom, so to say. Go ahead.
Con. It says, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered.
The government of a prudent man is well ordered. When you go into the word government, govern means rule, and ment goes back to mind, mentality. Right. To rule your mind. Yeah, and the minds of the people have been ruled by the philosophies of Esau, Edom. Because their philosophy promotes wickedness, okay? Covetousness, okay? Yeah. Murder, adultery, a state of debauchery. It teaches you to be everything contrary to the Bible. In other words, Esau Edom teaches you to go after the carnal things in life. That's not proper in itself. Okay? Can you give me you got something in particular?
No. I'll give us a little bit more on that.
Can you give me Romans 8? I believe it's verse 2. Okay? Esau teaches you to do everything that's carnal in this life. What happened when Esau came to Jacob, our forefather, when he came from hunting? He said he was hungry, he was famished, he was about to die. He said, what good is this birthright to me? That was spiritual. Rather than him being spiritual and fasting, he sold his birthright for some meat. That was carnality. And that led to his, well, I ain't going to say to his death at that point. What I'm saying is that that's going to lead to Esau being cut off after 1,000 years of being ruled over by Israel. Because you sold your birthright to your brother because you rather thought carnally than to think spiritually. All right? You got it?
Romans, which one is that?
Romans 8 and 2.
This is book of Romans, chapter 8, verse, you said 32?
No, verse 2.
Verse 2? All right, come. Romans chapter 8, verse 2. For the law of the Spirit of life and Hamashiach Yahushai have made me free from the law of sin and death.
It said the law of the Spirit. Continue on up,
verse 3. For what the law could not do, man, it's that baby. Romans chapter 8, verse 3. For what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh.
Go ahead.
Yahweh Shai sending his own son in the likeness of sinful flesh. In the
likeness of a man. Go ahead.
Yeah. And for sin, condemned sin.
Hey, that's the Spirit. I think that's the same verse where what Paul said, oh, wretched man that I am. Because we in sinful flesh. So Esau was in the flesh. What did he do? He sold his birthright, showed the wickedness of him. In other words, despising the Heavenly Father. Because in the law, that's life. There's even a law where each year we have to fast. It's called the Day of Atonement. He couldn't even take it upon himself to follow that law rather than sell his birthright for some meat. Damn. Go ahead up.
It says, and for sin, condemned sin in the flesh.
Yahushua was in the flesh and condemned sin. That's a heavy statement. Go ahead up.
Verse 4. That the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us.
Right.
Who walk not after the flesh.
Right.
But after the Spirit.
We walk after the Spirit. We don't walk after the flesh. Because your flesh should tell you, oh, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, can you give me John 6:3? Your flesh should tell you, oh, I'm hungry. Oh, I'm thirsty. Oh, I'm tired. But if you hungry, you thirsty, and you fasting, fuck that. Okay, if you tired and you got to do a video, you got to read, fuck that. You got to suppress that flesh, that lust, and go towards the Spirit. See, but that's why I say wickedness really goes back to carnality.
Yeah.
It really goes. You still holding that Romans?
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Yeah. Go ahead up.
John?
Yeah.
John?
Yeah.
St. John chapter 6, verse 63. It says, it is the Spirit that quickeneth.
Right.
The flesh profiteth nothing.
Did not Paul say that your fathers ate of the bread in the wilderness and died?
And died, man.
But Yahweh Shai is the bread of everlasting life, man.
Right. Yeah.
Go ahead,
The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit, and they are life.
The words of the Bible, that's spirit and that's life. This will take you from wickedness. This is the light. Go ahead, out the morning.
A little bit more, verse 64. But there are some of you that believe not. Who there were that believe not, and who shall betray him?
So you believe not.
Yeah.
So you're going to die in your unbelief.
Go back to IUIC, ISBK. All these guys out here that believe in Yahweh Shai, but they're not keeping the word. They're not keeping the words, man.
And the reason why they're not keeping the word because they took a license with Esau Edom by getting that 501c3 charter.
That's right.
A gag order. Okay.
Trust in the flesh.
So they promoting that wickedness, but we're going to enforce that righteousness. Right. They enforce that. You got something particular?
No.
Oh, by the fact, you can drop that Romans. Can you give me Isaiah? Isaiah chapter 5, I believe it's verse 20. Okay? Because here it is. The same people who always say God bless America, okay, or God is with us, they don't hearken into the words of the Bible. Go ahead up.
Okay. This is Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20. It says, woe unto them that call evil good, and good evil.
They make laws for you to become a homosexual. And if you speak against it, it's a hate crime, you can get 5 years in prison. But the same individual who will be known as the president of the United States of America, the pharaoh, the king, the emperor, okay, will tell you that two men could lay with each other. But at the same time will be inaugurated on this book right here. How are you going to call that which is good evil? The Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah because of the homosexuality, because of the lesbianism, because of the bestiality. But you set up laws to where you can do that. So you calling that which is good evil and that which is evil good. You are enforcing, you are promoting wickedness amongst the people. That's the society that we live in right now. That's how you know who Esau Edom is. Job 9:24. If not, where and who is he? Who else is doing this? You are actually forcing the other nations to drink from that cup. Going back to the mystery of War of Babylon. And not all the nations are mad. You forcing it amongst them. You're promoting this wickedness. And you want the world to embrace it. Because you didn't embrace your birthright of being righteous. Go ahead.
I got a precept for you. Speaking on that darkness that's consuming the whole earth. This is Isaiah 60, verse 1. Arise, shine, for thy light is come. And the glory of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, is risen upon thee.
Salaki, you got to go back one more again. You said something that was heavy. Read it one more time.
Spirit. Isaiah chapter 60, verse 1. Arise, shine, for thy light is come.
That light, bear with me real quick, the light has come. Okay. This is 2 Corinthians, and that's how you know that this was a prophecy, because it hasn't happened during that time. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 6. For God, Yahweh, who commanded the light to shine out of darkness. Hold on, real quick. Matter of fact, read that because the spirit that's beautiful. Go ahead. I got something after that.
That's hitting, bro.
That's hitting.
Isaiah chapter 60, verse 1. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of Yahweh Bashmi Yahushai is risen upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But Yahweh Bashmi Yahushai shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee.
That's beautiful. His glory shall be seen. But that light that's being shined right now, think about it. Was not Paul a light unto the Gentiles? So can you please give me Isaiah 25:7? Baba Kashar.
Oh, that's the spirit.
Talking about that light. We have the light right now, but Yahushua gonna really come in his brightness. But it's twofold. Okay? We have the light right now.
Yep.
And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna read this real quick. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 6. For God, Yahweh, who commanded the light to shine out of darkness. What is that darkness? Go ahead and read that Bible shot. Isaiah 20. You already got it.
Yeah, okay. Isaiah 25:7. And he will destroy in the mountain the face of the covering cast.
The face of the covering cast was covering. When someone's covering over your face, you can't see nothing. All you see is darkness. Go ahead, Art.
Of all people.
Of all people, because that's what Esau Edom has done. They have taken away your biblical nationalities and has given you proverbs and bywords, man. Your name is not Kunta Kinte, it's Toby. You're not a Judahite, you're African American. You're not Cuban. You're not a Manassite, you're a Cuban. You're not an Ephraimite, you're Puerto Rican. That's what they have done. Okay? And guess what? You don't keep the Sabbath on every new moon. You keep the Sabbath on every Sunday. That's what they have done. A covering cast over us and all the people. Go ahead, up.
In the veil that is spread among all nations.
It said a veil that is spread over all nations. Go ahead, up.
Verse 8. He will swallow up death in victory, and Yahweh Shemiah Shai will wipe away tears from all faces.
So this is right here is in the process. Because that veil has been taken off. Yeah. It speaks about that in Hebrews. About the veil that was over their faces when they saw Moses. Because the scripture says, wisdom maketh the man face to shine. Moses got so much wisdom over them before they couldn't even look at him. And that was physical. But now this is spiritual. Because we have that light. The brother Mayakala did a video. They hate the light. They desire the darkness. I said, and what I said in response on the comment, I said, roughly paraphrasing, they hate the light because it convicts them of the iniquity that they do in the darkness. In other words, they turn a blind eye to the truth.
Yeah.
If you turn a blind eye to the truth, you can't see the truth, so you act like it's not even there. That's what they doing. That's heavy, man. That was it on that?
Yeah, that was it.
That was it, the water. 2 Corinthians 4:6. So this is their light. For God, who commanded the light to shine out of darkness, have shined in our hearts to give the light of the knowledge. That's what their light is. Esau don't want you to know you a Judahite. Know you African American. They don't want you to know you a Ephraimite. Know you Puerto Rican. They don't want you to know you a Manassite. Know you a Cuban. I would say John Lynch. What's the nigga name? Willie Lynch. What did Willie Lynch say? We found how to take the light from the slave. They found out how to take our history from us, our heritage, which kept us bound to the Most High. Why do you think whenever you have so-called Black History Month, they only tell you of how you overcame them oppressing you when you haven't even overcome that? Because the gift destroys your heart, but a wise man know when he's being oppressed. So you're not really wise or privy to what's going on. They promote this wickedness to keep you under siege. But what we doing right now, we are enforcing righteousness upon the earth. Esau don't like that. They don't want us to enforce righteousness. That's why they want to ban us. That's why they want to defamate our character. That's why they try to assault and insult us. But guess what? We must be the men of the Lord, Yahweh Shemiah Shai, Ratazah, because you did the same thing to the men of the Bible. And we hear it again today. Go ahead,
Con, got something for you, bro.
Spirit.
Daniel chapter 7, verse 26. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion. Con, to consume and to destroy it unto the end.
That's what's going to happen. Baba Gashar. the saints shall take the kingdom.
Spirit.
What do you think is going to happen? Don't you understand? The scripture says the Lord has given you dominion. And think about this spiritually as well, which is also carnally. You took it by force. You did. Because the power was on you. So do you not think that the Lord is not going to enforce us with that same power, that energy he given you to take the kingdom like you took it from us? What did it say in Matthew the 11th chapter? It said the kingdom of heaven. Matter of fact, I'm going to just get that real quick through the spirit.
Yeah, while you getting that
Go ahead,
quick through the spirit, I'm going to speak on
spirit.
You know, everything is being quickened, man. Everything is being quickened, man. You know, that power is going to come quickening, man. You know, just like you got power on the left-hand side, that power is going to come spiritually quickened. That's why we was able to get this truth and understand, like, look, man, the fear is on us to do this. You know,
that's heavy.
Regardless of what we want to do, the fear is on every brother in, majority of the brothers in Great Mill. So I'm going to say that because you got tears, you know. But Great Mill, Storm in the Valley, DC, spirit is on the elect, if you will, man. All right, to push this truth, because we know the spirit, we know the power that's backing this, man. All right, and that power has been given to you according to prophecy being fulfilled, because the Lord is just. Mm-hmm. He gave you a blessing in the carnal aspect, man, to rule the world with an iron. The scripture in the book of Isaiah, the 14th chapter, the hammer of the earth. You have ruled the world with a hammer, man. Now it's coming a time where the Most High is finna get ready to put that hammer in his bosom.
That's right.
You know?
Ooh.
No, and nations, in what? Nations shall not know war anymore. Because the last war is going to be summed up with Yahweh Shai, man.
That's right,
You know?
And he going to enforce righteousness.
And what's the title? Esau promotes wickedness. Job 9:24, which you brought that out.
Right.
And what? But Jacob shall enforce righteousness.
Exactly.
Who is the lion of the tribe of Judah?
That's
who is one of the That's right. Who was one of the sons of Isaac, Jacob, man.
That's right.
You know,
we're going to enforce this.
Yeah.
Which is why we've been given power to do this, man. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Matter of fact, oh damn, through the spirit. Yeah, let me bring this out real quick.
It's the spirit, huh?
Matthew 11 and 11. I'm going to say that 12.
Spirit.
And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, and the violent take it by force. The kingdom of heaven suffered violence. It's not talking about Michael them fighting in the heavens and all that. The kingdom of heaven is the nation of Israel. We've been taken by force. And we've been forced. I just did a live feed not too long ago. We've been enforced to take on the customs of the heathen. Going back to Antiochus Epiphanes the fourth, the son of Antiochus the Great, who was the third, who was his father. Okay? This is Luke chapter 17. Bear with me real quick. 17 verse 20. And when he was demanded of the Pharisees when the kingdom of Yahweh should come, he answered them and said, The kingdom of Yahweh cometh not with observation, neither shall they say, Lo here or lo there, for behold, the kingdom of Yahweh is within you. So when he was saying in Matthew the 11th chapter, the 12th verse, that the kingdom of heaven was taken by violence, that's not talking about the actual heavens. It's talking about us. We are the kingdom of heaven. And we was taken by violence. Okay? Remember, it tells you in 2nd Ezra, the 56th chapter, it says, if the word be made for our sakes, how come we have no part in it? Because the Lord given it to the wicked. And he's given us unto them. Going back to Deuteronomy 28. So now the Lord is going to do a quick tweet and reverse that. Because the brother just brought that out in Daniel. We're going to go right back into that.
Yeah, that's the spirit. Saint. Hey, Daniel is a saint.
He's a saint.
You know, Psalms 148. Daniel chapter 7, verse 26. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion to consume and to destroy it unto the end.
Keep going.
Yeah. Verse 27. Disappointed. In the kingdom, in the dominion, in the greatness of the kingdom, under the whole heaven, shall be given to the people of the saints.
to the people of the saints, who are the Israelites, the so-called Negro Latinos and Native Americans. Come on, now go ahead.
Of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him.
And all dominions shall serve and obey him.
Enforcing.
First and foremost, it's starting right now. Baba Kushai, can you give me Micah 3 and 8, if I'm not mistaken? It said all dominions shall serve him. Now we're going into us enforcing his righteousness. That was a beautiful precept. That linked right up to where I wanted to go, brother.
That was heavy. Enforcement.
Come.
The real police is going. The real policy is going to be these laws as commandments through the elect being enforced across the four corners of the earth.
Esau is the politicians of wickedness. We are the politicians of righteousness. That's the difference. The politicians uphold the policy of whoever's governing the world or the people, and that's just the spirit.
You want Micah?
Yeah, Micah 3 and 8, if I'm not mistaken. I was about this way.
Okay.
You say it.
Taking it.
Now you say it. You just spirit.
Oh,
yeah, see what it did?
Joel,
it go to Joel.
That's what
it throws you off. So
yeah.
See, Micah. This is Micah.
Yeah,
it does that. See, it's just a
and
spirit. Cause I gotta remember that too.
Do that too?
Yeah.
That's the spirit.
Okay.
Micah 3 and 8, right?
Yep.
This is Micah chapter 3, verse 8. The one. It says, but truly, I am full of power by the Spirit of Yahweh Shai Shai.
We've been enforced with power by the Spirit of Yahweh Shai Shai.
Right.
So we enforcing righteousness before it comes. We telling you this is what it's gonna be, this is how it's supposed to be, and this is how it will be forever and ever. You ain't gotta get right now if you don't want to, but we telling you to get right, because sooner or later, your ass gonna get right. Go ahead,
that's right. And of judgment and of might to declare unto Jacob his transgressions and to Israel his sin.
We've been given authority to let you know you going the fuck off. Get right. Tighten up. Be like a kite and just take off. Nah, you don't want to do that. We've been enforced to do that. So you know what? Like Yahweh Shai said, those my enemies that wish not that I reign over them, bring hither and slay them before.
2/3.
We slaying you with the word right now, which is the sword. This is spiritual. But in that day, man, we gonna get up. We gonna get swords, man. I want a katana. I want to be like a shinobi in that day. You gonna feel me before you see me, because I'm so swift with it. I remember the brother, what's the brother name? From London.
Yeah.
I forgot his name.
Require
Kwam. What do you mean? Raised by spirit?
Require spirit.
Require Kwam. Yep. Require Kwam.
Kwam is arise.
Kwam is rise.
Raise.
Require is spirit. Raise spirit. Require Kwam. Require Kwam. Raise my spirit. Exactly. That brother said, "I want a warhammer." I like how he said. He has that English accent, but he Benjamin. That shit's so dope, you know. Yeah. We're going to be slaying you if you don't want to hearken to what Yahweh Shai say. You forced us to eat pork, to have the desolation of abomination, to have our children uncircumcised. You had it to where we had profane the Sabbath days. You forced us to do all those wicked acts. You forced us to worship Easter, to worship Christmas, to worship Thanksgiving, to worship our birthday, to worship the Halloween and President's Day and the 4th of July. All of these things which are not biblical or holy. You forced us to worship that. You gonna worship everything in the Bible. You gonna worship the Passover, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, the first fruits, the Day of Atonement, the Purim. You gonna worship all of that in that day. All the high holy days, even the new moons. All them days you gonna worship in that day. We're gonna force righteousness on the earth in that day, man. Whether you like it, accept it, believe it or not, you're going to know that Yahweh Shai is the true power.
That's right.
And that He's giving us power to enforce His policy. Because we are the politicians of righteousness, while you are the politicians of wickedness, man.
Jacob shall enforce righteousness, baby.
Hey.
That's the beginning of it that followeth.
Hey, brother, that almost sounds like a verse, didn't it?
Yeah.
That sounds like a verse. It ain't in there. We ain't adding now, but it's...
But it's prophecy.
It's just a spirit, bro.
Okay, you got
It's a
some
spirit. Oh, one more. Do the spirit. You got something else?
No, that was
Isaiah 26 and 10.
Oh, that's the spirit.
Isaiah 26 and 10.
Spirit, because that's what we.
Isaiah 26 and
Bro,
10.
that's what we started off with. Bro.
Isaiah
That's
26
crazy.
and 10. But we started with Job now 24.
Come on, see that? That's the
Isaiah
spirit.
26 and 10.
Damn.
Spirit banging right back around,
Right
baby.
back around, ain't that so?
Right back around, baby. Let's go.
Damn.
Let's go, baby.
Beautiful. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter, through the spirit.
So, we there. We there.
Isaiah chapter 26, verse 10. And it says, let favor be showed to the wicked.
Job 9:24. Go ahead, up.
Yep. Yet will he not learn righteousness.
So he won't learn righteousness. The Lord said, let favor be shown unto the wicked, but they will not learn righteousness. Let me show you what that means. And the brother going to read that precept again. This is Psalm 50. And I'm going to go to verse 16. But unto the wicked God saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? This is twofold, not just only Israel, but Esau, because they inaugurate themselves on this book. Not a Dr. Seuss book, not a R.S. Stein's book, not the Enuma Elish, not the Epic of Gilgamesh, not the Quran, not the book of the Confucian Spirit, okay, not the 48 negative confessions, whatever the hell that is, not the book of Ma'at, none of them books, but they inaugurate every president on the Bible, right? Okay. Psalms 50 and 16. But unto the wicked God saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? Seeing thou hatest instruction, and casteth my words behind thee. And it goes right back to what the brother was reading. So let's start that verse over again, Bible Kasha.
Come. This is Isaiah 26, verse 10. Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness.
You have the word. You came here with Christianity, you Puritans, okay, the Englishmen, and you just destroyed the Gadites. Go ahead up.
Come. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly.
In the land of uprightness, because the Most High's kingdom gonna be here on earth, you gonna still be unjust. So what we gonna have to do, enforce them laws on your goofy ass.
That's right.
Even though you had the word and you distorted it, and then you made a constitution, the Bill of Rights, the amendments. Okay, cool. But while you had my word, you didn't want to enforce it. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to enforce it upon you.
Right.
Is it more than that? That's it.
Yeah, a little bit.
Go ahead.
Yea, the fire of thine enemies, I'm sorry. It says, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord.
And you will not behold the majesty of the Heavenly Father, which is the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So with that being said, can you give me on Revelation, the 2nd chapter, the 26th verse?
Spirit.
You bring that out, and then I'm going to close out with scripture in Isaiah. Okay? So we're going to enforce righteousness in that day. Matter of fact, you read that. You got about 3 more precepts. Read that, Bible Bashar.
Revelations.
Spirit.
Revelations chapter 2, verse 26. It says, I'm going to start verse 25 through the Spirit.
Spirit.
It says, but that which ye have already hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end.
The overcomer that endure to the end. Go ahead up.
Yeah. To him will I give power over the nations.
We're going to be enforced to enforce righteousness over all you nations. Understand? Go ahead up.
Verse 27. And he shall rule them.
We're going to rule you. Govern you.
Yep, govern.
Go ahead up.
Government me. That's right. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron.
That's physical.
Yep. And the vessels of a potter shall they be broken into shivers.
So we're going to break you, and we're going to diffuse all of those false gods that you believed in, even in yourself, and you're going to worship the true power that actually created you, of who you are. You understand? That's why Yahweh said, those my enemies who wish not that I reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me. And there's a verse in Jeremiah that says, "Cursed be the man that preach the word of the Most High deceitfully, and that holdeth back his sword from blood." That's spiritual and it's also carnal. Understand that?
That's why Yahweh said, "I come not to send peace." He came not for all peace and recognition of all nations. No, but to bring a sword and dividing, man. Yeah, kind of dividing and showing you who are the people of the Lord, man. 2 Ezra 6:54. Who the world was created for, man. That's who the Lord came for. Hey, not to say, he said, "Go not into the Samaritans, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel." So the Lord was always about his people, man. Okay? He was always about his people, man. Hey, Matthews 1:21. He shall save his people from their sins, man.
That's right.
You know? What people did he come for, man? Hey, the scripture said the prophets wrote about him, man. Moses wrote about Yahushua, Deuteronomy 18:15.
Come on, you're right.
You know, the prophets wrote about Yahushua. So it was always about a specific people that he came for, man. That's what scripture say, "My sheep hear my voice." You know?
And that's why they hated. Yeah, that's why they hate us, because they hated Yahushua prior to us, because Yahushua was trying to enforce righteousness.
No more than we doing, man.
Yep.
That's why he said that the servant is not greater than his master.
Exactly.
Same thing he went through 3 years of doing the ministry. How much more us, man? Being so fervent in this ministry. They're going to come down with great wrath, but this time a standard is going to be lifted. Yahushua's coming back this time. You know, that's why he said, "I made all things new," man. You know, when he came on the scene, it was just, he came to save the world. Now he's coming to judge the world, man. First time he came to save. Yeah. First time when he was in the flesh, he came to save. He spoke. Those that believed, they heard. Thou man that thou gavest me, I have kept. None of them are lost. Where I am at, let them be, you know, with me. Right. So that when he come back, we're gonna be changed like him.
And we're gonna enforce it like he gonna force them. Because he gonna take the crowns of all them heathen nations.
That's right, brother. Let no man take thy crown. Let no man take thy crown.
That's right.
We're going to be rulers with him. Romans 8, man. If we suffer with him, so shall we be glorified.
That's right, brother.
No, this is order being set up here on the planet Earth, man.
Exactly.
You know, through the Spirit.
Through the Spirit.
All this is being quickening, man. You know? All this is being quickening through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shai.
That's right, brother.
The end of Esau is the beginning of it that followeth, man.
That's right.
The Lord ain't sleeping on you, Israel. Man, the Lord ain't sleeping on Jake, man. That's what it's going to say. He shall be saved out of it, man. And that's going to be a scarce safe, but it's going to be the mercy of the Lord. The mercy to not leave, all right? Mercy to not leave us, man. Leave us forsaken.
That's right.
You know? Come. Revelations 2:27. And he shall rule them. So I'm going to start right from the point. Verse 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations.
And they go right back to what the brother was saying. Everything he just said summed up to that, because we kept his word.
That's right, brother. Yeah.
All of that brother was just saying was summed up in that same verse right there. I'm going to allow you to rule over the heathen. Yeah. What did it say in Psalm the 2nd chapter? Ask of me, and I shall give ye the heathen for thine inheritance.
That's right, man.
You're going to inherit people. Yeah. Like we was inherited, right?
Merchandise.
Go ahead. Man.
Souls of men.
Souls of men. That's right.
Verse 27, it says, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I have received of my Father.
So even Yahushua, bro, didn't Yahushua say that the servant is no greater than the master? We went through the same exact things. He was just a prime example. Things that I read 4 times for our learning, man. So he had to go through that trial and tribulation, and now when he come back, we're gonna simultaneously come back. We going through what Yahushua went through on the earth, but nothing compared to what he went through. Don't get me misconstrued.
Don't get you twisted.
But when Yahushua come back, some brothers may already have that power, or the rest of the elect will receive that power. And then we're going to rule with him. So we just basically carried our cross at different times compared to Yahweh Shai. But when he come back with rebuke of flames of fire with them chariots, we getting changed like Brightburn. Yeah. And we tearing your asses up. Yeah. And you're going to be forced to be in righteousness. Yeah. And I got one more. I got this precept.
That's the spirit. And, you want me to get something else?
It's 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter.
Got you.
You know, seeing that being new heavens and new earth.
Kind, spirit.
Okay. This is but as a matter of fact, you read that first.
All right.
And then I'm gonna close out with this.
Spirit.
Kind.
This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 7. It says,
new heavens and earth. I think it's 11.
Oh, okay. We're going into 11. I'm sorry.
You safe.
Yeah, the water. That's the spirit. 2 Peter 3 and 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought ye to be?
It said dissolved.
Okay.
Dissolved. That's talking about something that's being eradicated, obliterated, annihilated, desecrated, decimated. However you want to look at it. It means it's going to be destroyed. It's going to be abadium. Okay?
Destruction.
Exactly. Destruction. That's what it's going to be. Yeah. Mashapatiyum. Yeah. Okay?
Yeah. Judgments.
So the brother right here is reading, knowing that this is going to come. Go ahead up.
Con. What manner of persons ought ye to be?
Go ahead.
In all holy conversation and godliness.
And Salaki. And Salaki, because the word speaker. I interrupted you. Yeah. In all holy conversation and words of godliness. What does holy mean? To be separate. So our conversation is separate from what the society is speaking about. We talking about something that's coming that they can't see it's already there. Okay. But it's on its way. Yeah. It's on its way. It's like catching a bus. I got 5 minutes to get there. Whether I'm there or not, that bus is already on its way. I got to make sure that I do what I got to do to get there so I can get a seat on that bus. If not, it's going to keep trucking on. Same thing with this truth. I know that them chariots are on their way. They're already here. But certain things have to happen before we get on the chariot. So I know the chariot of salvation is on its way, but I have to go through this trial and tribulation, this journey of being a man of the Lord, all right, being a member of the body of Yahweh Shemi Shai before I get to my extraction point, which my extraction zone will be in the chariot.
That's right, bro.
That's it. So our conversation is what? In these words right here.
Yeah, okay.
So as Esau enforces wickedness, we're going to continue to enforce the words of Yahweh Shemi Shai. Was that on that?
Yeah, that was it.
And I got one more precept I'm going to close out. This is Isaiah chapter 2, verse 1. The word that Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of Yahweh's house shall be established in the top of the mountains.
Mm-hmm. Kind of real quick, if I may add, the top of the mountains meaning what? Peoples, man. Mm-hmm. All right. So we gonna be first. Going back into 2nd Ezra 6 and 9, we gonna be that mountain, man. All right, we gonna be that mountain, which meaning what? The government. Okay, the government of righteousness, where the nation shall flow into it. What's that, Mike? That's in the book of Micah, man. All the nations shall flow into that mountain. That mountain is us, man. All right, that's why you have the word Zion. Mm-hmm. All right, to Zion. You know, we're going to be the monument of what Yahweh Shemi Shai is on the planet Earth. Okay, that's that mountain of righteousness, man. You know, through the Spirit.
That's beautiful. Hey, I speak as a man when I say this. What's going to be the monument for the elect? Our names being written in the book of life.
Legends.
That's going to be legends.
That's right, brother.
Written, didn't it?
To be read.
To be read, right? Mm-hmm. So if you read something, that means that somebody had to write it out.
Okay.
That's heavy.
Played out. Mm-hmm.
That's why they deserve double honors, bro.
That's right, brother. And guess what? We gonna have, and that's the spirit. We gonna have double honors in the kingdom. That's why.
Okay, I got you. I see where you going now. I see where you're going.
That's why Elder Pastor always say, "I'm just a man." No.
But hold on. But what did they say about the younger brothers? Up and coming elders. And then, we all.
And then that's why Yahweh Shai. But look, backing you up through the spirit. Yahweh Shai said the last shall be first. So going all the way back to the order of John the Baptist, man. You know.
God, that's heavy, y'all.
We're gonna be great in the kingdom. We all living legends, man. You know. Just through the Spirit, you know. Just want to say it through the Spirit. You know? Our work is not in vain. That's in the book of Hebrews.
That's right.
All this work that we're doing, the scripture say, blessed be the dead and their works do follow, man, and die in the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Our works, everything that we're doing, if we live for the Lord. If we die, we die for the Lord, man. Either way, if we die and live in Yahweh Shemiyah Shah, our works is going to follow us, man.
That's what matters.
You know, that's what matters. And that's the enforcing of righteousness. That's us being righteous on the planet Earth, because this is the beginning of it that followeth, man. You know, this is a seed being implanted in the belly right now. You know what I mean? This is us right now in the belly right now. You know, us knowing the truth. But then the beginning of sorrow is going to come. Then the birth pain is going to come. But the birth is going to come when we actually be changed on the planet Earth, man. You know? Right now, we still fighting. We fighting right now. Fighting the good fight of faith. Yeah, tussling. Fighting this man right now through the Spirit. And all his things he's going to come down with. But Scripture say he's going to be upset by prophecy. That's what we fighting. But when it comes, guess what? In the twinkling of an eye, you know, that's what he's gonna kind of realize that was his upset, his downfall, is that prophecy had to be fulfilled, man. He really thinks he's gonna upset us, man. He really think if I go out in space and have a space force, I can upset Yahushua. But prophecy had to be fulfilled. It's not gonna happen. But just through the Spirit, I just want to say.
No, this is through the Spirit.
This is the Spirit.
Okay, this is close out precept. This is through the Spirit. Everything the brother said, they gonna be upset because what the Scripture says in Psalms 49:11, the inward parts is that their what?
Thoughts shall continue forever.
Exactly, like their generation shall continue forever. It's not. You think you're gonna just when you thought you fill your belly.
Yeah, that's right, brother.
It's when Yahweh Shemiyah Shah gonna come back. So as you trying to enforce your laws and enforce your wickedness. Promote it. Yeah. We're going to be enforcing the righteousness of Yahweh Shemiyah Shah. Right, and this is going to be the end all be all right here. Isaiah 2:1. The word that Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of Yahweh's house shall be established in the top of the mountains and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. When it says exalted above the hills, okay, in the mountains, it's talking about the different nations. Because some nations, when you think about status, people be like, oh, I'm on this level, but you on that level. Now, when you compare a mountain to a mountain is on this level, but a hill is on this level. The Lord said we're going to be above all mountains and hills, which means nations. Okay, think about the G20 summit. The top 20 leaders of all the top 20 nations gathered together in a summit with a conference, so to say. What's another word for summit? Peak, which is what? The summit is the peak, the top of a mountain. Okay? And who sits at the peak of all the mountains? Babylon.
That's right, brother. Yeah.
The whore that sits amongst many waters? America. Okay? So we're going to be set above all the nations. Deuteronomy 7:6. Now this is all Isaiah 2:3. And many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go into the mountain of Yahweh, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of its ways, because we're going to be enforcing that in that day. Okay? And we will walk in its paths, for out of Zion shall go forth the law. Yes, it will. Okay? And the word of Yahweh from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, enforcing. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. And why shall that be? Because the blessing of Esau, Edom shall come to an end. That's why. Right? So with that being said, I pray you will edify. You got to think in particular?
Oh, Spirit, man.
Spirit. We're going to give our underglow and praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakha Kadash. Double on the side of the apostle, great millstone. Seek on the salutation of our sisters and brothers. Peace and blessings to the 1/3. Peace and blessings to the confusion facing the four corners of the earth, and do believe in Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Like I always say, man, ask for forgiveness, pray without ceasing, stay humble, remain diligent. Call me Ashallah, walk like a ball. Shalom. Peace and blessings. Fire, man.